she texted back. You actually thought I'd cancel my girl's trip to New Orleans for your surgery. It's not even cancer. That was the moment I realized the only thing more toxic than the tumor on my kidney was the woman I was dating. I'm Caleb, 29. And 3 weeks ago, my life lurched sideways. One minute, I was at a routine physical. The next, I was staring at an ultrasound screen, while a doctor pointed out a shadow and said words like mass and surgical removal. It was benign, thank God, but it was lodged right up against my left kidney. The surgeon said we needed to get it out within a month. Recovery would be 4 to 6 weeks, with the first week requiring someone to stay with me. I've never had surgery. I was scared. On my way out of the hospital, prescription and pamphlets in hand, I called my girlfriend of 3 years. Tessa. Hey babe, I said, voice shaky. Remember that pain I've been complaining about? There was a pause. I could hear clicking in the background. She answered. Typing. They found something. I have to have surgery, I said, trying to keep it matter of fact. The typing stopped. Surgery? She repeated. Like serious surgery? They're removing a growth. April 20th, she repeated, her voice rising. Caleb, that's the weekend of NOLA. My stomach dropped. She and her friends had been planning a girls' trip to New Orleans for 6 months. I know, I said. I'm sorry. Could you reschedule? Silence stretched. Then, incredulous, reschedule New Orleans? Do you know how long we've been planning this? 6 months, I whispered. But this is surgery, Tessa. They can't just move it. It's always something with you, she sighed. I finally planned something for myself, and suddenly there's an emergency. A tumor isn't something I scheduled, I said, a hint of anger creeping in. Whatever, I'll think about it, she snapped, and hung up. I sat in my car in the hospital parking lot for 20 minutes, staring at the steering wheel. That night, she came home late. She dropped her tote on the counter and looked at me like I had ruined her birthday. So I talked to the girls, she announced. And? I asked. They think it's manipulative of you to ask me to cancel, she said, crossing her arms. Manipulative? I have a tumor, which you've apparently had for who knows how long, and now suddenly it has to be removed the week of our trip. Doctors always say things are urgent, it's how they make money. I stared at her, wondering who this person was. We've been together 3 years, lived together for 1. I'd been saving for a ring. I need someone here when I get out of surgery, I said quietly. Hire a nurse, she replied. What? Hire a post-op nurse. They exist. Jenna's mom had one after her knee replacement. You want me to cancel on my friends to sit in your apartment when there are professionals for that? You want me to pay a stranger instead of having my girlfriend here? I asked, incredulous. I want you to stop making me feel guilty, she snapped. I've had this trip booked since October. Why should I lose thousands of dollars because you suddenly need attention? She grabbed a glass of wine and stormed into the bedroom. I slept on the couch, staring at the ceiling, the words, hire a nurse, echoing. The next morning, she was dressed to the nines for work when I woke up. I'm going to NOLA, she said, as if telling me she was picking up dry cleaning. The girls are counting on me. I already paid in full. Okay, I said softly. Okay, that's it. You're not even going to argue? What do you want me to say? I don't know, maybe support me having a life, she snapped. Right, my bad. Enjoy Bourbon Street while I'm in surgery. She rolled her eyes. So dramatic. It's laparoscopic, right? You're in and out. No, I said. 2 to 3 days in the hospital. Whatever. You'll be fine, she said, shrugging, and walked out the door. 2 weeks before surgery, panic hit me like a truck. I texted her, I'm scared. I need you there. 3 hours later, she replied, Lol, you actually thought I'd cancel my trip for your surgery? It's not even cancer. Stop being a baby. I stared at my screen, heart hammering. I typed back, my mistake. Then I started calling people who actually cared. My sister Lily dropped everything. She lives across the country. She booked a flight the moment I told her Tessa wouldn't be there. I'll be there, she said. I'm pissed, but not surprised. How are you not surprised? I asked. Because I've been listening to her minimize your issues for 3 years, she said. Focus on getting that thing out. The morning of surgery, April 20th, Tessa's alarm went off at 4 a.m. She kissed my forehead half-heartedly. Don't die or whatever, she mumbled. I watched her wheel her luggage out of our apartment and felt a wave of nausea that had nothing to do with my kidney. Lily arrived an hour later, bleary-eyed but determined. She hugged me hard. Ready to evict this freeloader? She joked, trying to lighten the mood. At the hospital, an older nurse named Helen did my intake. Is your emergency contact still Tessa Richards? She asked, glancing at her chart. No, Lily interjected. Make it me, Lily Miles. Helen raised an eyebrow. Girlfriend couldn't make it? Lily snorted. She's in New Orleans. Helen looked up sharply. New Orleans? During your surgery? It was planned before the surgery, I mumbled. And she still went? Yep. Helen's face remained professional, but something flickered in her eyes. Well, she said, tapping on her tablet, you're in good hands here. We'll take excellent care of you. Surgery was uneventful. I woke up groggy but alive and -1 tumor. Lily handed me a cup of ice chips and grinned. You did it! Helen came in to check vitals. Your sister's been a champ, she said. Around 6 p.m., my phone lit up with a string of texts. Tessa, why aren't you answering? Hello? I know you're mad, but this is childish. Pick up. Lily read them out loud. Want me to respond? She asked. Nah, I said. Let her stew. At 8 p.m., the phone at the nurse's station rang. Helen stuck her head in. There's a Tessa Richards calling from Louisiana, she said, suppressing a smile. Says she's your girlfriend and demands to speak to you. Tell her I'm asleep, I whispered. Are you? Helen winked. Absolutely unconscious. Got it. She left. 10 minutes later, she came back, amused. She's persistent. Called 3 times. Do you want me to give her an update? Tell her whatever you think is appropriate, I said. Helen's smile was slightly wicked. Oh, I will. Lily and I giggled like we were back in high school. Later, she recounted the conversation. Helen told Tessa that I was unconscious and couldn't be reached. Technically true, I was napping. She mentioned that the surgery was complicated. Removing a tumor is literally a complicated procedure. She said only immediate family could get updates. Tessa spiraled. Texts flew in. What do you mean complications? Helen said you were unconscious. Why is Lily there and not me? This is insane. I'm booking a flight right now. Then, if you die, I'll never forgive myself. Lily snorted. Now she cares? Apparently, I murmured. Want me to tell her you're okay? Lily asked. Let's wait until tomorrow, I said. Eyelids heavy. I'm exhausted. Was I being petty? Probably. But I was also on pain meds and felt like being petty. Lily posted an innocuous photo on Instagram. Her reading in a hospital chair. Caption, 5 stars for this book. No mention of me. No location. Tessa saw it anyway. Is that the hospital? She texted Lily. Why aren't you telling me anything? I'm coming home. I turned off my phone and slept. The next morning, I woke up to 73 texts and 31 missed calls. Lily had been fielding them. She tried FaceTiming at 3 a.m., Lily said, pouring me water, from Bourbon Street. Drunk. Please tell me you didn't answer, I said. I totally answered, Lily grinned. Told her you were in the ICU. She freaked. I groaned. You're terrible. Learned from the best, she said. Remember when you told my cheating ex that I'd joined a cult? He was cheating on you, I pointed out. Fair spare, Helen came in. Your girlfriend called the desk 17 times last night, she reported, holding up a tally sheet. 17? Lily asked. Night shift made it a game. She's very concerned about your critical condition. I never said critical, Helen said, mock offended. I said complicated. She filled in those blanks herself. I laughed, then winced because laughing hurt. Tessa's social media blew up. On Facebook, emergency. Flying home early from NOLA. Caleb is critical. Please pray. Instagram. A crying selfie in an airport bathroom with rushing home Lavheem. Her friends flooded the comments. Gee, what happened? I thought it was routine. Praying. My buddy Ben texted me. Bro, are you dying? Tessa's post has you on like support. I'm literally eating Jell-O, I replied. She says, you're critical. Critical need for flavor in this Jell-O, maybe. Want me to comment that? Please don't, I begged. Let her paint her own picture. Lily screenshotted everything. One comment from someone named Claire made me laugh. But didn't you say he was being dramatic about the surgery? Tessa responded. That was before complications. When Dr. Patel came in that afternoon, Lily couldn't resist showing him. Says here I'm on life support, I joked. Dr. Patel looked at the post and shook his head. That's creative. Medically speaking, your vitals are perfect. You can go home tomorrow, Lily said loudly. Hear that? Perfectly fine, no complications whatsoever. Dr. Patel smiled, catching on. Exactly. Your sister has been an ideal caregiver. Whoever Tessa is, she missed out. Tessa landed that evening. She started blowing up my phone with calls and texts. Lily answered once. Which hospital? Tessa screamed. He's sleeping, Lily replied. I don't care. Tell me where. Family only. I'm his girlfriend. The girlfriend who went to New Orleans during his surgery. Good night. Lily hung up. The texts escalated. This is insane. I have rights. You can't keep me from him. I'll call every hospital. She did. She drove around, according to her Instagram story, calling hospitals asking for me. But Lily had me registered as a private patient. Without a code, hospitals won't confirm or deny your presence. Tessa spent the night playing Where's Waldo? Post-op edition. Day 3, discharge day. I was getting dressed when the door burst open. Tessa stood there, hair messy, mascara streaked, beads tangled in her hair. "Caleb," she sobbed. "Oh my God, you're alive." "Hi, Tess," I said calmly. Clearly, she rushed to the bed and grabbed my hand. "I've been calling everywhere," she cried. "No one would tell me anything." Lily wouldn't answer. "The nurses said you were critical." "No one said critical," I said. "Helen said I was unconscious, and that removing a tumor is complicated. You assumed I was dying. You let me think you were dying," she accused, eyes blazing. "I let you think what you wanted to think," I replied. "The same way you let yourself think a trip was more important than my surgery." "That's different," she protested. "I didn't know it was serious." "All surgeries are serious," Lily interjected. "You're fine," Tessa cried. "You're literally fine." "No, thanks to you," I said. She sank into a chair. "I left New Orleans 2 days early," she said, as if that earned her a medal. "After you convinced yourself I was on life support," I replied. "It's not exactly the support I asked for." "We live together," she pleaded. "Let's go home and talk." "Actually," I said, "Lily booked a hotel room for us. I'm staying with her for a week. Dr. Patel wants someone with me 24/7. Lily took time off. You have brunches to get back to." "This is ridiculous," she snapped. "I made a mistake. You're going to punish me for it?" "It wasn't a mistake," Lily said. "You chose Bourbon Street over the man you supposedly love." "What will people think?" Tessa blurted. "Everyone saw my posts. They think you're dying." "Tell them I made a miraculous recovery," I said. "Or tell them the truth, that you left and got called out. Your choice." Helen breezed in with my discharge papers. "Oh good," she said brightly, eyeing Tessa. "How was New Orleans? Did you catch any parades?" Tessa opened her mouth and closed it again. Helen handed me a folder. "Caleb's been a model patient," she said. She winked at Lily. "Real family shows up when it matters." The burn was so gentle it almost stung. Tessa glared at me. "So that's it? You're just leaving?" "I've already arranged for movers," I said, pulling up an email on my phone. "I'll be out of the apartment by the end of the month." "You can have it. I'm staying with Lily until then. I have to focus on my recovery and surround myself with people who are there for me. Go back to your life. Post something about self-care." Her eyes filled with tears. "You can't mean that," she whispered. "I do." She stormed out. 20 minutes later, she posted on social media. "Some people can't handle strong, independent women who have their own lives. Grateful Caleb's okay, but shocked by the manipulation. Need my girls more than ever." The comments were brutal. "Goy, you left him for a trip. Independent is different from selfish. Didn't you say he was being dramatic?" She deleted the post within an hour. My phone buzzed with messages from her friends. "She's devastated. She didn't mean it. She made a mistake. Please forgive her." I ignored them. From Lily's hotel room, surrounded by takeout and medicine bottles, I felt lighter than I had in years. The surgery went well. My incision hurt, but my heart didn't. I had arranged movers to pack up my stuff. I called our landlord. "Tessa can keep the lease," I said. "I'm out." I spent recovery with my sister, who actually wanted to be there. We watched bad TV, laughed about Helen's tally sheet, 17 calls in one night, is that a record, and marveled at Tessa's ability to twist reality to fit her narrative. Helen, before she left, had connected me with a patient advocate who said, "Privacy is a right. We didn't lie to your girlfriend. We simply followed your request to have only immediate family updated." Tessa assumed the worst, because she couldn't fathom not being the center of someone's universe. 2 weeks later, I returned to the apartment with movers. Tessa wasn't there. Her stuff was scattered half-packed suitcases, feather boas, shot glasses from the trip. On the fridge was a note. "I hope you're happy. You embarrassed me. Don't contact me." I smiled, peeled the note off, and left the key on the counter. I mailed her a list of utilities and rent details. She tried texting me 2 days later. "I'm sorry." I didn't reply. So that's where I am. My incision is healing. My therapist says I dodged a bullet. Lily framed Helen's tally sheet and mailed it to me. It hangs on my wall. 17 calls in one night may not be a world record, but to me it's a reminder. The people who truly care will be sitting in the chair next to your hospital bed, not drunk dialing the nurse's station from Frenchman Street. The tumor was benign. The relationship, not so much, and I'm better off without both.